What's up, YouTube? Brett Hoover from Rants here. Alright, so it looks like even Andy Serkis, who played Supreme Leader Snoke, was actually shocked by the death of Supreme Leader Snoke at the end of The Last Jedi. Now, look, I actually got into, I've always been as far back as I can remember in my life, I've always been a fan of Star Wars. But I got into the fandom a lot during the time of the sequel trilogy, especially on YouTube. There was a lot of content creators that were coming out with all of these, supposed leaks about the sequel trilogy, and a lot of those leaks were really amazing. Were great, so entertaining, and it gets you pumped for these movies. Unfortunately, a lot of those leaks turned out to be fake, which is kind of sad because I'll admit, if I was J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson, I would have, Kathleen Kennedy even, I would have looked at some of those on YouTube. I've been like, you know what? I'm going to steal that. I straight up would have. I'd have put some of those great ideas into that movie because it was getting, fans, were reacting to it on the social media sites. They were reacting to it on YouTube positively. But instead, you know what? They just was, just basically gave a middle finger to all the fandom, and it was like, we know y'all want this, but we're not going to have that. We're going to do something that's so completely stupid. We're going to ruin everything. We're going to ruin Luke Skywalker. We're going to ruin Han Solo. And then we're going to just really, really rub your nose into it with Rey Skywalker. That's what they actually ended up doing. So you know what? I'm not really that shocked that they even maybe kept it from some of the actors, because probably from fear of them quitting, because probably no one would want to be a part of that dumpster's fire, even if they got paid millions of dollars. Let's go ahead and let's get into what Andy Serkis actually had to say. It says Andy Serkis recently admitted that he was devastated to learn that his character, Supreme Leader Snoke, would be killed off when he read the script for 2017's Star Wars The Last Jedi. I was devastated when I read the script because it was all going so well, Serkis told Gizmodo. I was like, man, this is a boss character. I'm like, I'm going to love playing. And then I was like, what? You're kidding me. What? The actor added that while he was shocked, he ultimately came to the conclusion that it made sense for the character to meet his end in the film, which I don't necessarily disagree with that. I've been cool with it as long as it was in a different way. I was slightly mortified, pardon the pun, Serkis noted, that the death of his character was necessary in order for the plot involving Kylo Ren and Rey to progress. It was all in the right, I think. I loved playing the character, and I loved the face-off scene between Kylo Ren and Rey, and so it was great. It says during the same conversation, Serkis also revealed how he found out that Snoke actually was a Palpatine clone during the course of filming, explaining the journey towards discovering that he was a Palpatine clone was something that happened during the process because everything was so secret since Force Awakens. If I was Andy Serkis and they come to me and they said, this big boss character, that literally choked someone from a galaxy away, turns out to be easily killed by his apprentice, and I mean easily killed by his apprentice. Not only that, we're going to bring back Palpatine. Not only that, Snoke was actually a failed clone of Palpatine. I wouldn't blame Andy Serkis if he was like, you know what? I'm glad you're killing me off in this movie because I don't want to be a part of this no more. That would be my reaction to it, because that is just garbage writing if there ever was one. This was so bad that you actually had to bring back a long dead character, give him some vague story of how he managed to survive, and then even lessen his character somehow. Absolutely made no sense. Absolutely made no sense. Kathleen Kennedy absolutely did not know what she was doing. J.J. Abrams didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, he can do some little fancy scenes here and there. but he's not a good director. He's just not. He's not a good storyteller. He's great about these shock moments, but that's about it. You know, I complain about it a lot here on Rants or Us, but I absolutely hate diverting expectations. And if there's one thing that I hate worse than diverting expectations, it's wokeness. I literally hate wokeness for the sake of wokeness. Rey Skywalker. I mean, makes my blood boil even saying it all these years later. Still get pissed off with it. I still get pissed off with it because I'm like, out of all the different ideas that you could have made, you could even made her Luke Skywalker's daughter. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But the idea that she just takes that name at the very end still just pisses me off to the extreme. Really does. The whole sequel trilogy was trash. It was absolute trash. Andy Serkis, was probably really happy when he found out that he was out of it. But probably, like you said, he was probably a little bit disappointed because he's like, you know what? This character was built up to be the next Palpatine, and then through diverting expectations, they killed him off. They killed him off, and they tried to make Kylo Ren like this ultimate bad guy that just didn't work. He just wasn't like he was. I don't want to say Darth Vader light because he wasn't even that. Like he just wasn't Darth Vader-ish in any way. He wasn't. We knew what it was going to be. We knew it was going to be a rom-com, and that's what it come out to be. Really, that's all it was meant to be. The whole, Finn maybe being in love with Rey, all of that was just completely cast aside for whatever reason for this weird love triangle between, or I say love triangle, it was just weird affection with Kylo Ren and Rey. It just was just bad storytelling all the way around. I'm not that shocked to learn that Andy Serkis is coming out and saying, you know what, I did really like it. I'm kind of glad though they did kill him off, and I would have had that same reaction in that regard because we also know that Mark Hamill wasn't a big fan of his role in that, and I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford, as much as he probably didn't really like his character in Star Wars, probably didn't like the way he was killed off as well. But you know what? The only one that really come out of it, really saying I guess that they liked their part in it was maybe, the girl who played Rey Skywalker. I hate even saying Rey Skywalker. And not because she necessarily liked it, but at least her character wasn't completely and totally ruined because it was bad from the start. So you couldn't ruin her character. So I guess that's just new Hollywood now. They make just bad characters where that they can't be ruined now. All power to you, Hollywood. All power to you, Star Wars. But I thought this was interesting news. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that, hey, you know what, Andy Serkis was probably glad to get out of it because he realized he was a circus. Or do you think, he actually truly believed that that was the right place for Snoke's ending? I'd have been cool with Snoke's ending being in The Last Jedi. It just should have been in a different way. Should have got more screen time. Should have had more explanation. The whole clone thing was just bad. Just bad. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. As always, if y'all enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take